Are men going to slowly return to attempt to meet women in person with the swarms of people who are giving up even trying to do online dating? Women are getting thousands of likes on Tinder within hours of setting up their profile, while most guys are struggling to even get 50 matches in a year.
So
Okay.
I think this is a great like arbitrage opportunity, right? Because you see definitely a lot of girls like, why aren't men approaching? And I was out a couple weeks ago and I saw, and I've seen girls approach, but this night I saw like 4 completely different girls approaching guys, right? I'm like, okay, so the girls are being a little bit more proactive now. Is it a overall trend? Probably not, but I definitely see how girls are detecting that guys aren't approaching as much. So as men, it is an opportunity for us, whatever generation, to go out there and to do it. It is just a matter of them having the wherewithal and the courage, the confidence to actually do it. But I think that it's sort of like post-COVID, right? I don't know how your experience was post-COVID, but once I started going out in that time, the girls were just way more receptive, like way more aggressive than I was normally used to, right? It was like almost shooting fish in a barrel at that point. And while we might not be there, I do think women in general are very receptive, to the point where sometimes they're kind of surprised. I remember approaching, a younger girl, and like she was so kind of like, sort of shocked, whereas like she didn't know how to respond. And I've had like both positive reception and negative reception. So I know what I'm looking for. But this was like a completely different reception where she just wasn't used to sort of socializing. So definitely, guys, I think this is an awesome opportunity to get out there, because so few guys are doing as much approaching as, when we were learning pickup like so many years ago.
I actually think dating apps should just be a bonus round anyways. Like, they should never be your primary strategy for meeting women ever. It's like one of those things where, hey, it doesn't hurt you to set up a profile, but if you just commoditize yourself, and if you get accustomed to, the girls on the apps tend to have baggage, or they tend to not always be the most attractive. If you're good, you have something going for you, you can get on Raya. But when you look at the most desirable women in the world, they tend to not be on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge in the first place, or if they are, it's very, very fleetingly. They get on, they check their profile maybe once a month, once a week if they're super, super active on it. So it should never, ever, ever be your primary strategy. And I think a lot of women who in the past were using dating apps are also kind of getting fed up with it anyways. But yeah, I mean, people have met each other in person forever, and they will continue to do it. Especially if you're going for that upper echelon of women, you should really just view those as like, all right, hey, when I'm taking a shit, cool, it's time to swipe. But spending 30 minutes, an hour a day on the apps is a very destructive habit.
Yeah, I remember in like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets or something, where Harry would get all the letters, all the mail through the door with all these fucking houses. It's like, imagine a woman's Tinder is that house, and it's just fucking hot dogs coming in. It's just fucking crazy. Anyway, I'll just quickly say, just to jump on that, as I like to say, if you're physically meeting women, it's called primary game. That's how I say it. And if you're meeting women virtually and then you meet them later, it's secondary game. So I have this distinction between physical presence and virtual presence. It's good to have virtual presence, but if you're literally not going outside, then you're not, you're there. You basically don't exist in the physical world. But if you're doing both, you have both virtual presence and physical presence. That's how you can maximize that. Another quick thing I'll say on this, and then I'll shut up and let everyone else speak. I'm kind of seeing this like job applications in recent years for however long. So many job postings, they get hundreds of fucking applicants, sometimes even thousands. And it's all done through these websites, through LinkedIn. And it's just fucking impossible for a lot of guys to get jobs these days, even making 500 applications, never actually getting a job tied down in the end. But what I'm seeing is that some people are just going straight to the office of this random workplace they might be interested in. Old school. I remember there was also one of the Bond movies in the last few years, one of the Daniel Craig ones. there was like this technology thing. So they were like, let's go old school and use the old technology so we can't be traced. It's a similar thing. Maybe it's time to go old school. I wouldn't say give up on this stuff, but you got to consider your options. You can't just make job applications online if it's leading nowhere. Expand yourself. Go visit the office in person. You could probably meet the boss of the place within 2 minutes, and nobody else really is going to be doing that. So the edge you have is do it fucking old school and do everything, but definitely try to get where nobody else is getting. Most people are afraid and lack the intelligence to make job applications in person these days. That's what my parents and my grandparents had to do back in their day. Be socially savvy enough to just fucking turn up.
And to play off of, or to go off of what both of you said, the beginning of this question, are men going to slowly, who cares what other guys are doing? Why don't you go out and do that too, right? What Jordan said about, swipe while you're taking a shit, it's great, but it's like you're not going to get jacked by just sitting there chugging protein shakes. You have to go to the gym as well too. But have the protein shakes every now and then. It's convenient. And there was also another part of this that I was going to say, but I completely forgot with that. But it's a good point. It'll probably come back to me. But you need to do both of these things. And yes, by going in person, you are going to separate yourself from 99% of the guys that don't even have the balls to do that. So even if you got rejected, the girl will still respect it in some way, shape, or form. But you stick out from all the other guys just by going up and saying hi. It's really simple. The other part too is the beginning of this question, where it's like, are men going to finally stop? Again, doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. I get comments all the time. Try this in Latvia. Try this in Russia or whatever. You know what? I will. Okay. Just because everybody else is
try this in Pyongyang.
Fine. Okay. Challenge accepted. But just because people are like that in your small town, just because nobody's going up and saying hi to you and being friendly, doesn't mean that you can't be the one to lead the dance and to spread that good positive energy.
If you guys are
I like what Jordan said about like using it as a supplement. Like, I have students that just use Tinder and they fuck like a lot of hot girls and a lot of girls on there. I think that's awesome. But I think like for most guys, you should try to like mix these into each other. Like, cold approach is a really nice way to be able to go out there and just practice like in front of a woman without any expectation or pressure. Tinder's a nice way, as you said, chucking a shit. You can just be on the apps and messaging people. And if you're good looking or you have a good profile, you can really leverage that. And then social circle is once you start getting these leads in, it's really nice to be able to like nurture some of them, as we said, that maybe aren't at that 10 out of 10. They're sitting at the 3 out of 10. Or, you can leverage pre-selection at that point as well. So I think like bring these all together. Where fucking online dating sits right now, as JT said, during Tinder, holy fuck, online dating was awesome. I mean, during Tinder, during COVID, online dating was awesome. And then afterwards, cold approach was fucking incredible, right? And you had these like these moments where women were just like burnt out from one thing and they jumped to the other. I think at the moment, women are getting a little bit burnt out from online dating. And I think in the next few years, we're going to see a lot more AI come into dating spaces where you're going to have AI photos, you're going to have AI bots. You're basically going to have 2 AI photos with 2 bots talking to each other, setting up dates. I think when that starts happening more and more, you're probably going to see more of a burnout, and women are just going to go back to, I just want to meet someone in person, or at least like have some authenticity somehow. I don't know if there's going to be some like dating apps that come out where like you have to like video verify yourself or some shit, or, I'm sure there's going to be something in the market that addresses that. But my prediction is in like this next year to 2 years, there'll be more of a resurgence of the cold approach stuff, and probably a little bit of a recession of people using online dating, or at least having as much success as they have had previously.
I think,
all right, guys, I'm taking off.
JT. Good.
See you, JT. It was good to see you, man.
Everybody's getting great content. Love listening
Good
to
to meet you, brother.
I'm
Good having you here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Much respect, brother.
Next time you're here, you'll probably look 10 years old.
Asian Benjamin Button. Later, gentlemen.
I think to Marcus's point about the AI, it's actually a really good point. I wasn't even thinking about that when the question was first asked, but like every day I get these ads of guys, oh, hey, use our AI photo service. And so it's like, at that point, how's the girl gonna even know that you're a real fucking dude? How do you know that she's a real girl? I mean, the bots were already a problem on the apps. It's just gonna get worse.
I think the future is more and more people are gonna opt out of dating. I don't know, that term went away. It was a kind of a funny term. I bet you guys remember. Remember there was MGTOW. Remember men going their own way.
Men going their own way. Men jerking off in their
disappeared.
basement.
Yeah. I think there's going to be more of that. Unfortunately, there is, because it's just kind of the trend of where we're going. Like I've been looking at people's screen time through the years, and that's gone up and up. Now it's typical to see 8 hours. Like I've seen 8 hours pretty regularly, which is half of your entire waking day, 6 months of your entire year. It's fucking unbelievable when you think about it. But this is crazy. I went out with a girl a couple months ago, and she said, I have a secret. I haven't told anybody. I'm like, okay. And who knows what she's going to say, right? But she actually said she had an AI boyfriend, and like literally FaceTimed with this guy. He was like, hey, who are you with? It was really funny. But the point being is that like guys are going to start just having AI girlfriends and doing this stuff and really just checking out completely. Now, if you're watching this, you're not going to be one of those guys. So I think it's going to be even better for you than ever. But in general, like that'd be nice if there's a resurgence. It would be great. But I think it's just kind of trending in a bad way. But like I said, whoever's watching this will take advantage of it. And I loved your analogy, Ice. I said that once before too. It's like, if you're trying to do something online, like you mentioned a great analogy of the job search, right? If you're just another of thousands and thousands of people that just went on Indeed and clicked apply, and sent your generic resume, versus you showed up with a smile on your face, with the suit on, and say, hey, I saw you guys were hiring. I want to introduce myself. I wanted to meet somebody. Like, who's the decision maker, right? And having a one-on-one conversation. You're cutting through all that bullshit. I always say to guys, like, do you want to be in the message requests folder of her Instagram in her pocket? I'm going to be the guy who's talking to her face to face at the club or the street or wherever, right? I'd rather be the one who's in person talking than the one online. But the thing is, it's quote unquote easier to message them online or just fire up an app and put a few pictures. You think it's easier, but everybody's taking the easy way out, and they're trying to do that. So that's why it's harder to differentiate. So you want to stand out, and I hope more people do it if you want to have results. If not, this more for us and whoever we work with. So.
I saw this funny meme, which was like a flashlight to the face, and it was saying, did you know only 17% of Indians have internet access? So you're like, holy shit, it's going to get worse with all those scams and everything. But the sheer messages I get from third welders, like trying to offer me like YouTube, Instagram, sales services, it is fucking ridiculous. I'm just like, oh my God, another fucking guy from Nigeria or something trying to fucking sell me something that everyone else is trying to fucking sell. I'm just like, what the fuck? Imagine what women are getting. It's just completely insane. I did experiments before with female friends of mine, just setting up a Tinder profile for them or another profile. And within 24 hours, 2,000 fucking likes. It's completely insane. So yeah, you can cut past all that bullshit. A little micro point I want to throw into this, just to give people more of flavor to this. It's like if you watch the Super Bowl, I can't remember in particular. I think I saw like Coca-Cola advertised and Pepsi or whoever the fuck was advertising. There's a reason McDonald's advertises on the TV, the internet, and they advertise in person. They are virtually present and they are physically present. And the way they have their physical presence, especially, is by having lots of fucking franchises everywhere. So game is very similar to marketing in a sense like that too. That's why I brought up the job applications example.